Hi, everybody. I'm Meteorologist AJ Colby here in the Weather Center. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Well, it is another stuffy day and a little bit different weather scenario or setup today. We have enough energy around in the atmosphere to maybe get some severe weather going this afternoon. And we're starting to see signs that some of that convection is busting wide open with temperatures in the 90s and dew point levels in the 70s. So it is super tropical, a lot of stuffiness in the air, and of course, with our daytime heating, we're not completely surprised. The thunderstorms are breaking out over parts of northeast Ohio, northern Ohio in general. Let's have a look, first of all, at radar and see where the storms are popping up now. Out toward Toledo, we have a pretty good thunderstorm that prompted a severe thunderstorm warning. Storm Prediction Center is considering hoisting a severe thunderstorm watch box over the area, and that may include greater Cleveland. We'll keep our eye open for that. Have a thunderstorm cropping up around Bowling Green or something that's about to open up. And maybe within the last few minutes or so, some convection appearing out in central Lorain County. We'll see if that materializes into anything. So we're still waiting to see this screen light up with thunderstorm echoes. But as of this moment in time, there isn't a widespread outbreak of thundery weather. Again, that could change. So keep a wary eye to the sky. Some weather awareness may be a good idea or within your best interest today if weather is indeed a concern, if you're going to be outside and doing anything. Stay cool, hydrate, everybody. Nice light-colored, lightweight clothing is a good idea on summery days like today. And it's not even summer yet. We're still a couple of days from the summer solstice. Let's have a look at a live crib cam shot. And you can see a hazy atmosphere overlooking downtown Cleveland. Otherwise, the waves are looking fairly quiet out there, and the winds are certainly quiet as well. So we'll check in on the boaters forecast. Southeast winds becoming east at 5 to 10 knots. Wave action is only a foot or less. Nothing more than a cat's paw. Light and variable winds expected tomorrow. Wave action a foot or less again. And the water temperature is up 2 degrees now from yesterday at 69 degrees. So here's the weather story today. This courtesy of the National Weather Service in Cleveland. A nice looking graphic there. We appreciate the NWS Cleveland folks for their tremendous work, as they always put in hard work. Boy, especially on days like today, and when we're talking a slight risk for severe weather, especially over our western counties, including Elyria, Lorain, maybe even up to Avon Lake, and then cutting back toward Marion and out toward Findlay, Defiance, and Toledo. That slight risk will include the potential, there is potential there for scattered strong and severe thunderstorms this afternoon. According to the Storm Prediction Center, the highest threat will be, in terms of what severe weather threats exist, will be scattered, damaging wind gusts, and possibly even an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out in this weather scenario. And of course, conditions can change very quickly. The Storm Prediction Center also putting out this area, which kind of highlights the area of concern, greatest concern, and that does include Cleveland proper and some of the convectively available potential energy levels over 2,500 joules per kilogram. For those of you who know what that means, that's a pretty high number for severe weather setup, and that's what the Storm Prediction Center is putting out. So there's lots of, really the bottom line is plenty of juice and energy available for storm clusters containing hail and potentially damaging winds, as we mentioned. Here you go from outer space. We started off with quite a bit of cloud cover this morning from yesterday's convection and a weak weather system moving through, but there were enough breaks in the overcast. Didn't take much today to cause the mercury to soar into the 90-degree range. Heat index values certainly at 100 or close to 100 degrees, and heat advisories continue for the area. Again, be kind to your pets. Bring the animals indoors into the air conditioning. Lots of water for them and for the two-foots as well. For us humans, a good idea to hydrate today if you've got to be outside. Best to stay in the AC if you can possibly manage it. Meantime, it's fairly quiet now, but that could change in terms of our thunderstorm activity for this afternoon. Tropical system out in the Gulf of Mexico. Meantime, there are some other regional precipitation areas to look at. No severe weather, but some rain from Des Moines down to Kansas City and Wichita. Also thunderstorms up around Montpelier, Vermont, and some storm clusters close to the Finger Lakes. Sault Ste. Marie, also a shower up there, but that's what's going on regionally. The next weather system that we're watching taking shape as a cold front over the northern Great Lakes and cutting back over Kansas City and St. Louis in Missouri. How does this system move? Well, very slowly through the overnight hours. That front approaches, and by tomorrow morning, we'll be right on the cusp of that very weak frontal boundary. It is enough potentially to keeping us from hitting our 90-degree mark. So that's a very weak weather system, but we're going to keep the potential for some thunderstorms going due to that frontal boundary coming through tomorrow afternoon. It settles a little bit farther to the south tomorrow night, and by Friday morning, it sets up as a kind of a quasi-stationary frontal boundary, and we'll keep it a little bit unsettled for the end of the week on into the weekend. How about storm clusters in general, and how does future radar look? Well, you can see that blew by relatively quickly. I'm going to rewind it. I have the power to do that. Not much power beyond that, though. Let's zoom in on that and give you a little bit closer look at how those thunderstorms develop as we put the maps in motion. And off they go. There you can see this afternoon's clusters, followed by a quiet period tomorrow morning. And then by tomorrow around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, another round of thundery weather along the frontal boundary. And those all fall apart pretty much after about sunset or so. Appears to be the timing once again. No big surprise there that our high humidity levels and 70-degree plus dew points persist. You see as we animate into the future here, starting off in the 70s and over the next 48 hours, finishing with dew points in the low 70s. So super stuffy, mega muggy air continues. Our forecast for tonight goes as follows. Showers and thunderstorms are likely. It'll be warm and humid. The overnight low 74. Sundown tonight 9:04. Our latest sunset. Winds out of the east, very light overnight tonight, 3 to 5 miles an hour. Of course, much higher during any passing storm clusters. Tomorrow, hazy sunshine, hot and humid with pop-up thunderstorms. Again, in the afternoon, temperatures, due to the fact that a cold front will be interacting with this air mass, that may be enough to keep us from hitting 90, at least in Cleveland. Perhaps Akron, Canton, folks to the south may see temperatures in the 90s. But with a north wind at 5 to 7 miles an hour, it may be just enough to keep the mercury from climbing to that level. Sun up at 5:54. Here's a look at the extended outlook, and Friday afternoon thunderstorms are possible once more. 20% chance, 89. Hazy, hot, and humid as that front dissipates. We will be solidly in the warm sector once again on Saturday with a 94-degree high temperature, making a run at a record. Afternoon thunderstorms, a good bet on Sunday. So does that mean the pick of the 2 weekend days are on Saturday? As of right now, that would appear to be the case, even though it's going to be so hot and humid. Sunday's high 89, and here comes some relief on Monday as a more potent cold front goes through on Monday. So not as hot, won't even call it cooler, although some people would say cooler. Temperatures topping out at 80 with an overnight low at 60. So the end to the reign of our first heat wave appears to be at a close on Monday as we draw the curtain shut, at least this time for a heat wave. So that's just as summer begins. So I'm sure there's plenty of heat and humidity left waiting in the wings. Summer begins pretty soon, everybody. Stay cool out there. And again, I appreciate you paying us a visit. I thank you for getting your weather right here. Hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, AJ Colby Weather. And from the AJ Colby Weather Center, I am AJ Colby. Oh, to be me. Always something. Have a wonderful night, everybody, and thanks for stopping by.